Hey guys, this is Ishita once again from 𝗏𝗏 Academy. Today we are going to discuss with you the last minute PTE tips and tricks. Now what we've noticed is with a lot of you, you're so focused on working on the important questions that we tend to forget the small things which maybe not directly but can indirectly impact on your score. So please make sure you are keeping these things in mind before you go into your exam room. First thing, sounds very obvious, but yes, I have seen a few students miss out on this. Please make sure that you're double checking that you have taken your passport. Again, I'm telling you, it does seem obvious to you at the moment, but I have seen students who have forgotten to take their passport. Because of that, what may happen is number one, maybe you're not going to be allowed to give your exam, or there is a possibility that you're going to be very rushed to get into the exam. Because of this, maybe indirectly, some of your sections can be impacted because you're not in the clear frame of mind. So please make sure you're just double checking that you've put your passport in your bag and before you're ready to go for your exam. Next one, please make sure that you're reaching well before your time. Reason being that before your exam, you really just want to be calm, you just want to be focusing on your questions, and you don't want to be rushed for your exam. Next, microphone position. Yes, very important. Please make sure that you're placing your microphone parallel to your nose, not too close to your mouth. Why? Because you're going to be breathing out as well. You don't want that breath sound to be heard by the computer. So please just ensure that before your speaking section actually begins, you're checking the microphone and you're checking your own audio a few times just to ensure that that breath sound is not heard. Also that the volume is at an appropriate level so that you can clearly hear. In case it ever happens that you're even at a 1% doubt and you're not sure if the volume is clear, you're not sure if there's disturbances in the background, there's an echo of your voice, please make sure that you just raise your hand, call the invigilator, and get that sorted before your exam begins. The last thing you want is you started with your exam and you're just unsure whether your microphone is recording your voice or if it's doing it correctly or not. So once again, any doubt that you have, just make sure you get sorted before your exam begins, just so that you're in a very calm state of mind. Yes, check the marker pen. Again, I have noticed students who've gone in the exam, started the exam, and they've just forgotten to check the marker pen. Because of that, what may happen is you've started your repeat sentence and you start using your marker pen and you see that it's not working. Again, that's going to make you fumble. It's just going to lose your confidence. So please, once again, just make sure that you are just checking your marker pen before the exam begins. Just write a few words in your notepad just to ensure that you can clearly see. If possible, please ask the invigilator to give you an extra marker pen, just so that if the first one is not working, at least you have a backup in place. Right? Yep, check the sound properly before the exam. Just like I've mentioned to you before, just make sure that you're speaking a few sentences. While you're checking your microphone, you're just ensuring that the volume of whatever you've said is at an appropriate level so that you're 100% certain that during the exam you will not have to adjust the volume. You will not be in doubt whether your voice is recording or not. Yep, proper introduction, very important. Why? Because I've noticed a lot of students who fumble a bit in their first read aloud. So giving a proper introduction is going to help you minimize on that. Why? Because introduction is going to help you get into the flow of the exam. Your introduction is before the first read aloud and it is not going to be marked, right? So it's much better that you fumble, you hesitate in that question rather than in your read aloud. Often happens that in the first question we do tend to hesitate because we are very nervous. So please make sure you are giving that introduction properly so that all your nerves come out in your introduction rather than in your read aloud. Proper time management, please keep in mind that very proper time management is required both for your reading as well as for your listening section. Obviously, by listening, I mean section 2 of your listening after your summarized spoken text finishes. Now, I've noticed a lot of students tell me that the listening section and the reading section times are very limited. So please make sure that you're very effectively tracking your time, just to ensure that you're not spending a lot of time on your multiple choice questions or the not very important questions, so that you have ample time to spend on your reading fill in the blanks, or let's say write from dictation. So please make sure once again that you are keeping a track of your time. It is going to be given on the top right hand side section of your screen at all times. Yes? A break after the reading section, yes, please make sure you take that. After the first 3 sections, I do expect that you're going to be tired, you're going to be drained for energy. Listening, which is the last section, is a very, very important section. It is a section that requires a lot of focus. So please make sure that you do take that 10-minute break after the reading section. It is not going to impact your score in any way. So yes, please make sure you're taking that break, just so that you relax yourself, you calm your mind, so that you're better prepared for your listening section. Yes, listening section these days, they are making it very tricky. How they're doing that is for questions such as listening fill in the blanks, or let's say highlight incorrect words. What they're doing is they're putting a lot of disturbances in the background. So disturbances mean, let's say, background noises or background music as well. So just be aware that this is something which is happening in your exam these days. So if it does happen to you, please make sure that you're only carefully paying attention to the speaker. Try not to get distracted by the background music or the background noise. Again, I'm just making you aware of these things that they're happening in the exam, just so that if it does happen to you, you're not listening to it for the first time. You do have it at the back of your mind. Now, the last thing, very, very important, is please, if you ever make a mistake, don't think it's the end of the exam. Don't think you're not going to get your score. We all make mistakes. It's what you do after the mistake which matters. So please make sure that you're giving the rest of the exam properly. Give it your 100%, give it your best shot. There's no reason that you can't do it. Just whatever happens, be confident, and once again, you can do it. Thank you.